Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back from the Division 2 build video. Well guys, today I have the new Achilles Pulse build for you all. And I already, reviewed the Achilles Pulse during the PTS and I said that it's almost perfect. The reason why I said that because it's not always going to pulse the head, which I felt for a marksman rifle player, if you sacrifice damage to get more skill tier in your build, you should actually have more marking zones, if I should say so. I still feel that a 6 skill tier build should have like 6 marking zones, but that's debatable. But I would say it's still really good. So when it marks the head, the damage is actually really good. And even if it's not marking on the head but it's doing on the arms or legs, is still you can shoot those. If you can shoot the marked location, if it's not a weak point, if it's marked like arm or legs, you can actually one shot NPCs if you're running around, because you will be doing quite a lot of damage. But the way I actually made this build, I tried to get the Achilles Pulse as quick as possible, because sometimes the NPCs can have multiple target zones. If you're playing against factions who has a lot of skills or weak points, you're gonna have a hard time getting that pulse in the head. But if you're playing against factions that don't have much of the weak points, then you can get it on the head. But then again, if you can get the pulse fast enough, then you can pulse one guy twice, so all the targets he has, like weak points or anything, will be marked, so you can choose the head. So it will be the head, I would say 99% of the time at the time, if you pulse twice. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do. You can see it on the gameplay. I'm pulsing it constantly, and I'm using a decoy. Now, there's two ways you can run this build, and I'll talk about those two ways. One is, of course, a Mantis, and one is the Nemesis. It's totally up to you which weapon you like to use more often. For me, I like both of them. For the first time, I would say I enjoyed using the Mantis over the Nemesis, but also the Nemesis is actually good in its own way. So let me show you the build over here real quick. This is the build I am running to make this Achilles Pulse viable for a marksman rifle build guy. So if you don't know, if the Achilles Pulse requires 6 skill tier to have 3 zones, number of zones. But if you have 3 skill tier, like right now I have 3 skill tier, and you can see I have 2 number of zones. So at least instead of getting 1 zone, I will get 2 zones. So I will have a better chance, having that marker on the head, which is nice. So that's why I'm going for 3 skill tier. I did try it with 6 skill tier. It wasn't really that good. Sometimes I was getting consecutive head marks, but not all the time, even with 6 skill tier. So I'm gonna stick with 3 skill tier. So now you can see I'm running hardwire build. Now the reason why I'm running hardwire, because this is the only build that will help you get that skill, like the pulse, back within 10 seconds. Plus, if you run it with the Mantis and the way I'm running, you can get everything pretty fast, and you'll be doing really nice damage, especially if you're playing solo. You're going to do a lot of damage. I did clear some control points. I had no trouble, honestly, and I wasn't really taking much damage, but you have to be careful with that. I mean, if you're running a Mantis build with a decoy, you know what to do, basically. So I'm going to run Sharpshooter, because Sharpshooter will give me extra headshot damage and bit of stability and all that. So the weapon of choice is Mantis right now. Now, there's another version where I would show you that I was using the Nemesis. There's not a lot of changes that have been done, just a few changes here and there in the skills department. So first, I'm going to go with the Mantis, and I'm going to use 4 pieces of hardwire, and you can see I have skill tier on 3 of them and weapon damage on my backpack. So the reason why I went for weapon damage, because like I said, you only need 3 skill tier to get what is it called, the 2 zones on your pulse, the Achilles Pulse. Now you can say, what about running more weapon damage and only 2 skill tier and run technician specialization? Yeah, you can do that. You'll be losing a little bit of headshot damage, but you can actually do that. You can try that out as well. But I just couldn't find myself headshot damage attributes on the hardwire. I farmed for like an hour, so I only got this backpack, so I'm going to use this like as a 3-piece and 1 weapon damage basically. So yeah, and I have headshot damage on every single of the stats. If you just want to know, you can see headshot damage mod as well, and also for the holster headshot damage, and for the backpack, like I showed you, headshot damage and headshot damage mod. And now for the chest piece, I went for the Orioldi holdings because it gives me 10% marksman rifle damage, and I have headhunter talent because when the pulse is on cooldown, I mean, it's not on cooldown because I can get it back in 10 seconds, but whenever it is on cooldown, or sometimes, you know, when I'm basically fighting, I kind of forget about the pulse. I just go and keep getting those headshot kills with the Mantis because I'm enjoying it, and I forget about the pulse, to be honest. But yeah, the headhunter talent is nice to have. Now, I said that perfect headhunter will take 1 less shot to proc, but if you have a pulse on the head and you get the headhunter active while using the pulse, you don't need perfect headhunter. Normal headhunter will also gonna proc all the way up. If you get a pulse kill, you know, pulse headshot kill, it will be procking full. If you kill a guy normally, then the headhunter will require 2 additional shots to proc all the way up. But with the pulse, it just completely procs headhunter full, you know. So yeah, that's which is actually nice. Now for the knee pads, I went for the Swiss knee pads. And the reason why I went for that, because when I'm gonna stay in cover, I'm gonna gain that 30% of weapon damage, which will help me a lot to increase my damage. I tried a bunch of other items as well, but I felt like the Swiss knee pads was a best option to do so. And 4 piece of hardware, if you don't know, you know, we get skill case. It's basically a skill build. We get repair skill and skill damage as well. And 4th piece is where we want the feedback loop, and the reason I'm running the backpack because the feedback loop timer will be reduced to 10 seconds. So what I usually do is I deploy the decoy first, and then I pulse. I deploy the decoy, then I pulse. Everybody shooting the decoy, and if the pulse marks the head of an NPC, I shoot the head, and I get a kill. I proc headhunter, and I can keep killing. And since I got a headshot kill, my decoy is already reset, so I can destroy the decoy, and that will give me my pulse back. And then I can again deploy the decoy and pulse again, get a headshot kill, you know, destroy the decoy, pulse again, get a headshot kill, destroy the decoy. That's basically how I do it. It's just feedback loop, you know, just looping the pulse while destroying the decoy. That's what I'm doing. Now for the second one, where I said about the not Mantis, for the Nemesis. So with the Nemesis, the decoy, you can actually run the decoy, but then you have to reset the decoy as well with your pulse. That could be a little tedious, I would say, in a very, like, you know, combat situation. You're probably not going to be caring about that, to be honest. So what I did was with the Nemesis, since Nemesis need to charge, and you have to spend a lot of time charging the Nemesis, and you'll be exposing yourself. Since it's a hardwire build, it has a lot of skill, like repair skill on it. So I use the hive, you know, the healing hive. So I went for the healing hive. I went for the Nemesis. So I will drop the healing hive. The healing hive will heal me. It's actually really nice healing, to be honest. So it will heal me, and I will use my pulse to pulsate and get the Nemesis, get those crazy headshots. The Nemesis can do about 53 million or something on a headshot with the pulse included. That's a lot of damage, honestly, on a build like this, which doesn't have any sort of like marksman rifle attributes like marksman rifle damage or anything. I mean, I do have the Norioldi, but you know, good old aces would do more damage, right? But yeah, I am actually doing like 50 million on a headshot with the Nemesis, which is really sweet. And for the Mantis, I'm actually doing like 23 million on the head with the pulse included, of course. And without the pulse, I would do like, what, 19 million with the Mantis and like 35 million with the Nemesis, which is pretty nice damage considering I'm using 4-piece hardwire. So yeah, it's actually really good. So I will deploy the hive, the healing hive. It's gonna heal me, and I'm gonna aim with the Nemesis. I'm always saying Mantis. I'm gonna aim with the Nemesis. I'm gonna get the headshot kill, and then I can pick up my hive, deploy the hive again. That will give me my pulse back. I can pulse again, get the headshot kill. I can do the exact same thing over and over, and that way you can play it like that. Now, this is not like one of the top tier kind of build you would run. It's more like a fun to run build. So if you want to try with the new pulse, if you're keen to try, you can try it like this. In my opinion, I felt this is one of the best ways to actually run the Achilles pulse rather than going for all 6 skill tier. Now I did went for all 6 skill tier. I ran the technician specialization. I used 5 skill tier build, I mean gears, and I did try it like that. I was actually proccing, I mean not proccing, more like marking the head more often, but it wasn't that much, you know, it wasn't that much. So I felt that the damage with that is lower because I have more skill tier and less weapon damage. So I went for this approach, and I would say this is working way better, and especially with the Mantis and the decoy combo is working really good. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. And if you want to see how much damage I can do, I can show it on the shooting range in case if you missed it on the video clips. So with the Nemesis, I have the Swear's knee pad proc is gonna go away, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna go away. I gotta wait for it. At least let's try with the Mantis first. Okay, Nemesis does more damage, so I'm gonna show that later. So I'm gonna do the Mantis first, and I'm gonna go with the decoy. Where's the decoy? There you go. So usually what I do is I wait for the like decoy. There you go. Okay, there's the decoy. I'm going to deploy. The NPC started shooting at the decoy, and I'm going to pulse the NPC. Now you can see we have head and body because of 2 targets. And if I shoot it now, look at that. That's 16 million on the head. Now Headhunter is active. Now if I pulse again with the Headhunter active and I shoot it on the head, look at that. That's 26 million with the Mantis, which is really nice damage considering I have only 4-piece hardwire, right? So that's what I do. And when the decoy, like when the pulse is on cooldown, I can just destroy the decoy or deploy the decoy to get it back, basically. That's what I do. Now with the Nemesis, if I show you the damage with the Nemesis, is it pulse already? I think it's pulse, right? No, it's not pulse. Normally, I would do like 8 million, which is just no Headhunter or anything, which is bad. So if I pulse right now, and if I shoot it on the head, boom, that was 29 million. Now Headhunter is active. I'm going to destroy my decoy to get my pulse back. There we go. Pulse is back. And now with Headhunter and the pulse, if I shoot with the Nemesis on the head, look at that, 56 million. Do you see that? 56 million with the Nemesis, almost 57 to be honest, and the crit is actually 58, which is nice. So yeah, you can try it like this, see if you're enjoying it, because I was doing fine when I was running with the Mantis and decoy, but just make sure that you deploy the decoy in a location where all the NPC can see it. Otherwise, they're gonna ignore and shoot you instead. So yeah, that's the only issue I had. Otherwise, I had no problem running the Mantis version of this build rather than the Nemesis. It's totally up to you. You can run the Nemesis in a team, run the healing hive and heal your team like that. You can try it like that. It's totally up to you what you want to do. So that's basically it for the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If I want to show you my headshot damage, I mean, it's 268 with the Nemesis and with the Mantis. I don't have maxed out Mantis, but it's 258. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.